Then it's too dark. Look, guys, we still don't have it together. I know what to do that I didn't do this time that I should have done.
What'd you do? What was it?
And then you take this and you do it like that.
That's much better.
Is that better?
Okay. It is better.
Then we're on. I mean, we are kind of in the dark, but you know, that's how life goes. Sometimes we're in the dark.
But see, like last time we did our stream, for some reason, this heart that was right here seemed smaller and up. Or is that just me? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know why. Hi, everybody. Hi, my pink life. Let me get this one going. There we go. Can y'all like see us and hear us? I'm not doing that just to get y'all to start talking like some people do. I just really want to know if you can hear and see us.
How about when people first start doing their channels and they're like, "Can everyone hear me? Can you see me?
And then they're like, if you can see me, please pray." I'm like,
"Hey, Angela. Hey, Let It Go. Can you see me? Can you hear me?"
See, Let It Go will always be honest with us about what we look like.
My pink life is we hear and see you. Now, I was talking about, you know, people when they're first doing their live streams and they go like, "Can you hear me?" And people are like, "Yes." And they're like, "Can you hear me?" And they do it again. And it's like, "No, we can hear you.
We're super blurry.
You're the one that's messed up."
Super blurry and in the dark. What about now? Is that any better?
See, here you go.
We are a little bit blurry.
It's kind of psychedelic because like the lights behind it.
Let me try the lamp.
Yeah. Something we did last time. Oh yeah, that's better.
Does that make it better? Okay.
That's better.
Okay. And is it less blurry?
Let me see.
Let It Go.
Said no. Nope. See, on ours, it's on the...
I don't know what to say. Oh, that's a little delayed, though, so maybe... I'm sorry, guys. Hey, Presley.
What did we do last time? We had one of these lights on over there.
No.
We didn't have that on, I know, did we?
We did, but we'll just try to kill this one this time.
Yeah, kill it.
And see if that's better. I'm sorry, guys. Last time it was good, though. But anyways, it doesn't matter. As long as you can...
They want to see your gorgeous face, though.
No, they want to see your gorgeous face. Okay, whatever. I'm going to leave it. Okay, so we always... You know how many times we've done a... Send us your questions and we'll do a Q&A, and y'all are always so good about, like, posting your questions, and then we never do it.
And I'm always so scared about what y'all are going to ask.
Yeah, right. And and so we decided to do it live. So bring your questions.
Hey, Ivy Elf.
And we'll get it going.
Presley, Brent Michelle. Hey,
yeah.
Presley, what are your Cubs going to do this year? That's my question. How are the Cubbies? Are they going to... Ooh, that's super dark. I like it, though.
Will you just talk about the Cubs and I'll fix it?
Yeah, okay. So, Presley, you and me are having a discussion about the Cubs right now. It's not Let It Go. This is her iPhone 19 that she's had for like... But
I don't know what to say. No comment, she said.
Yeah, I know. I
Have y'all had this? It's really good.
I got Major League Baseball extra innings so I can see, because I like to watch the Angels too. So I look at the Cubs sometimes and man, they're just a shell of what they were a couple of years ago. They got rid of everybody.
Did they?
So I kind of like Kyle Schwarber, and when he left the Cubs, I think he's with the Phillies now or something. Who's Schwarber with now?
You know who everybody's with. How come you don't know?
I have, when Kyle Schwarber came into the league before he tore his knee up, I literally have like 15 of his rookie cards because he was a catcher when he came into the league. So his rookie card shows him catching.
Hey, Steve, how are you? So, the last time,
like
I don't think Presley saw us say hi to her last time, so we're saying hi to you. I want to make sure you hear it.
Hey, Karen.
Thank you so much for blessing us last time with the PayPal. We really appreciate it. I didn't get the chance to thank you. Well, I did, but you couldn't hear. So, anyways.
Hey, Steve. The Phillies, Presley, the Phillies. I do not like the Phillies because I do not like Bryce Harper. Carry on.
Oh my goodness. So we'll like talk for a few minutes and then we'll do the Q&A. We'll start asking the questions. Hey, Bryn Michelle. But first of all, we'll make sure that people get in here that want to ask the questions. Make sure all the assholes get the memo. Where's Leticia, you guys? Where's she at?
Yup.
That's the big question. Where's she at? And honestly, I don't think we'll see her again. I think she did get struck for 7
I
days,
think
but
she
I
got
don't think
struck.
she'll come back.
She's got struck. I know that Owl was kind of asking where, people were concerned, but I think she got struck, like Mandi said, and I think she just can't do anything for 7 days, and
can't
she's
even
not
upload.
savvy enough to understand how to get around it.
She was on YouTube today. The blue dot showed it was active.
See? So she's around, guys.
Well, she might be around, but she can't upload or.
And somebody's coaching her too already, saying
already
if you
talked
just
about that.
disappear, if you disappear for a few days,
Yeah.
people start talking about you more.
She probably will be back, but I think eventually what happens is they get when people respond to what they say, whether it's negative, positive, whatever, they kind of get intoxicated with that because she's got a pretty solitary life.
Yeah.
Other than the people she goes and cuddles with, she's got
She's a professional cuddler.
She's a professional cuddler. We already talked about that. Nobody wants to cuddle.
You don't want to cuddle?
Men aren't paying $80 an hour to.
I know.
To cuddle.
Don't get on Tinder and ask someone if they want to get coffee or something because they won't.
Sean didn't
swipe right.
React quick enough.
I didn't know what Tinder was for. I thought it was to meet nice people.
Who sent you this?
That's Rachel, looks like.
Oh, they must be at Tractor Supply. They're sending pictures of chicks. We need no more chicks. So I'm going to have to ask you guys to get the questions started because if not, it'll be like a slow trickle, and we'll look really dumb. And I know you don't want us to look dumb. So someone start asking the question. Oh, Sawyer.
Brown.
Someone start asking the questions and then as they come in, we'll do it. But between that, I think that we should tell them about Eleanor.
We could.
Eleanor the other night when we were on, Ellie came home early. She usually goes and she's an indoor-outdoor cat. She's normally out most of the night, but she was in and she slept somewhere in here, during the night. And I didn't really think anything of it, that she wasn't, out and about. I figured she just hid somewhere. And then the next morning, she didn't come out to go outside. So when I came home, she was on top of her cat tower, but she was not feeling well. She was not able to stay awake.
Well, you picked her up and she pretty much just passed out.
Yeah, and then she kind of wanted to go outside, but then she just kind of got next to the house and she still could. So that was it. We were going to the emergency vet.
Have you guys ever been to a 24-hour emergency vet?
We went, yeah. I mean, her fever, I could feel that she had a fever. And I knew it was high enough that it was making her not able to open her eyes. But the sweetest thing, thank you, Karen. The sweetest thing was when Sean came home from work, I was like, yeah, she won't really wake up. And when he said her name, because she loves him, she was struggling to open her eyes.
She opened her eyes and purred at me.
Very expensive. Yes, that was it wouldn't have been as expensive, but the vet gave her a penicillin shot and subcutaneous fluids, which I didn't even know you could get those. But
they put the fluids in. It makes it have they have a hump underneath. They almost look like a camel, and then the fluid
draft horse.
Wow.
But and then it dissipates, it distributes on its own, because when they said, thank you, Karen. Sherry Pie, how are you? So anyway, the long of it is, how when you're getting over a fever and an illness, especially, I guess I could compare it to COVID, she's still sleepy. She's getting better. Of course, she wants to go outside, but we only let her out for short spans of time. And then she comes back and wants to go back to sleep. As a matter of fact, she's right here. That is her favorite blanket.
Eleanor, hey, baby.
So she's still chilling out. But yeah, scared us to death. The other moral of that story is, what did we learn from this? If we didn't do a photo shoot, we took our cat to the vet, because that's what you do when you have an animal, right? We didn't go do Taylor Swift. We didn't go ahead and do a Taylor Swift photo shoot and then just decide that the cat wasn't worth saving. Sorry about that. It's the truth. But anyways, so as the question comes in, will you pin it so I can see it?
You have to pin it.
He doesn't know how to pin it.
I don't know how to do it.
I think Karen did the first one.
What draft horse? What happened to your dog? Maybe you said it in the
Oh,
chat.
Boston Terrier, they had to remove his eye. I've heard of that with
his eye?
Bostons. Bostons and pugs, sometimes, yeah, they have to.
Wow.
So my favorite color is, I don't really know. Let me think about it. Do I collect anything? Do I collect anything? I collect, is crazy as it sounds, for a while I was collecting stamps.
She did
I
have
still
stamps.
would, but I do like to to collect stamps. Sean, what do you collect?
I don't collect anything. Collect baseball cards.
He does collect baseball cards. So anyway, what is a perfect date? See, I knew y'all could help us out. So a perfect date night. Let me tell you why I love going out with Sean is because he doesn't matter how long we've been together. If we go out and go to dinner and do something, yeah, I do collect pets. Go out and do something like go to dinner. We don't usually go to a movie, but if we go to dinner, he is like the perfect date. He likes to get dressed up. He likes to tell me how pretty I look. And he always reassures me that he's really proud to be with me when we go out. And I do the same. He doesn't take it for granted. But a lot of times we just stay home.
It took us a second to figure out what the perfect date was. Like, I could not wait to take Mandi to a baseball game. And we waited about 2 years before we could finally do it because of COVID and this and that. And so it was a Sunday.
Hey, Sid.
And it was last season on a Sunday. And she mentioned it. She says, we wanted to go to the baseball game. Let's go to the baseball game. So we did. And it was about, I was sitting out in right field. Guys, it had to have been, it was sunny. It had to have been almost 100 degrees on the field. It wasn't a very good date. I mean,
it was a good
date, but
it was hot.
We lasted about 4.5 innings and left because it was hot. So lesson learned is if you're going to take your date to the baseball game and impress her, don't do it in a Sunday day game.
But they were good seats.
They were good seats, but it was just real hot. It was on the field. So next time we go, I'll take her to a night game.
I'm going to be totally honest about comfort foods. Everybody says, like, she asked what my favorite comfort food is. What is considered a comfort food? Like meatloaf and stuff?
I don't know.
I've heard that before, comfort food, and I'm curious what it is. Is it like things that you want when you're sick or when you're down? Or
I think it's something that you eat when you're depressed.
I would say it's Mexican food.
Well, they would get depressed a lot then because we eat it a lot.
But I mean, like, when you're hungry or you're like, okay, let's go get something that's been a long, week or whatever. That's what I always tend to go towards. Chicken noodle soup. Oh, a food Mexican food. Absolutely. Sean, what is your favorite comfort food?
Black Dragonfly's got a good question too. My comfort food is, I like sushi.
Isn't that weird, you guys?
I do. I also like Coke in a bottle.
Hey, what did you say?
I have a refrigerator full of Coke in a bottle, in the glass bottle.
We're going to start saving them so we can take it to the craft shop so they can do something with it. Because they don't have recycling available, like, readily here. And I can't, throwing glass away, especially that, is really, really hard.
Black Dragonfly said, if you were to fly somewhere for vacation, where would you go if you were to fly somewhere?
Oh my God. Look at Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Because she is. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard not to die.
I know.
Sean's like, I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, so Mexican food would be my favorite comfort food. I want to see. So Let It Go said she likes tomato soup and grilled cheese. I've heard of that. I tried it together one time and it wasn't crazy about it, but I can understand.
I've heard that too.
If you grew up eating it or whatever. I do like tomato soup, and I'll make a few of those spiral noodles. What are they called? Rigatoni? No.
Rigatoni.
You don't put a ton in there, but put a little bit in there. Gravy and biscuits. I do like that too.
I like Tombstone pizzas.
That is the absolute to God truth. He probably doesn't even know why that's funny. But the truth is he really does like Tombstone pizzas and energy drinks.
Yep.
ranch dressing. He pours himself
chicken wings.
He pours himself a whole bowl of ranch dressing
we-
to go with his wings.
When we were living at my parents' house, we bought a refrigerator, full size refrigerator, because they didn't have one down there. So when we got here, they had a refrigerator, so we have a second fridge, and we put it in the back near the laundry room, so it's my fridge. So in that fridge, in the refrigerator part of it, it is glass bottles of Coke and water and
Ooh, yum,
and Gatorade. That's it. And in the freezer part, it's chicken wings, bags of chicken wings, because for a while you couldn't find them. So I would buy bags of chicken wings, Tombstone pizzas, and
Yes, Kelly.
like the Stofers and stuff like that.
He likes the bowl. Is it bowlful?
You know, the Stouffer bowlfuls, yeah.
He eats it every day for breakfast, and he never gets tired of it. They have different flavors. It actually isn't bad, but that's his breakfast. And then after he eats it, he takes the little plastic bowl and gives it to Sawyer to see what he can salvage from it. And then we wash it, and then it becomes a chicken dish.
Yeah, I use the little bowls
To give him
for
chicken.
chicken food and stuff like that.
We have a Silky that is EXO watching, or anybody that knows about chickens watching. What happens when a chicken is a live one, not a cooked one, obviously. But what happens when we've got one that's fully alert. It's a Silky, fully alert, can eat, drink, everything. And, but legs don't work that well. He can move them, but he can't walk on them, right?
Yeah,
He's become
But
Sean's
Kelly-
little buddy, so we would love to figure out how
Kelly said ranch dressing makes everything better. Yes, it does. Presley said her husband likes Tombstone pizzas. He's got good taste. He does.
He doesn't even want the fancy ones.
What?
The DiGiorno and all of that stuff.
No.
He's like,
Tombstones.
no, nobody wants
Tombstones.
DiGiorno.
The 4 meat pizzas.
I will take a picture of his ranch dressing, though. That's for real. He gets a little ice cream bowl and fills it up and only eats half of the ranch. But you want to make sure you have enough?
Yeah, I need to sop the chicken wings in ranch dressing.
Yeah, that is the truth. He does do that. There was another one. Someone just ate a Reese's cup for dinner, mowed the grass, and washed
the car after work.
Oh, nice. We just got a pressure washer on sale. It was like, normally, I don't remember how much it was, but it was a whole lot less.
Black Dragonfly, the chicken is maybe 3 months old. So what is a Silky? And Silkies they're not very hardy. I mean, the Leghorns, the brown ISAs, they're all getting big. So what happened to this one is it can't move its legs. Like from its belly up.
It can move it, but it can't support its own
It can't, it's alert, it's eating, it's drinking, but it can't seem to walk.
Hidden Valley. Sean will take any of the ranch dressing.
Yeah, Hidden Valley is a good one.
So the base pressure, yeah, okay, did you get it at Walmart? Because it was dirt cheap at Walmart. They were remodeling one of the Walmarts here, and they had crazy stuff on sale. My whole room, the gray room, I always call it that because that's what we called it when we were at the apartment, is full of stuff. Isn't it?
Yes.
But it was on clearance.
It was, yeah. Someone else bought the pressure washer.
I know. Tell me about like, we want to wash the chicken coop with it, but can you use, I don't know what we haven't, to be honest, we haven't taken it out of the box
So
yet.
Elizabeth RN said, has the chicken always been that way? It's a runt. It's the runt. It's always been a little sickly. The other ones are bigger, and this one sometimes can't climb up into the.
So Sean puts them up in there.
So about every couple of nights, I check on them every night before I go to bed, and sometimes it's out by itself, and I pick it up and I just lift it into the little bottom door, and it comes in there and it runs over with the rest of them. But he's always been a little bit weak, I guess.
Yeah, he's become Sean's buddy. He looks after him and washes them off, and he's like, come on, dude.
I have to go out there and wash because sometimes he can't get out of its way.
Elizabeth said, sweet baby, I want to love it. He tries, bless his heart.
But
he keeps trying.
Every day I go out there and it like, when it's having a hard time, it can't get out of its way and it like poops on itself. So I pick it up and
washes it off.
I get the hose and I wash the poop off of it. And I don't know if that's I mean, because the water's kind of cold.
Did y'all ever
So-
know that side of him? I want to get puppy wipes and use that to wipe him off.
No, the legs aren't crooked at all. And you know how silkies are. They have like feathers on their feet too, you know?
Missy, trust me, I've thought about that. Hold on. Karen says, who does the most driving when you go into town? Sean. Every once in a while he'll let me drive, but he says I bear down a little bit on other cars, like go too fast, and he feels out of control. So
I get mad anxiety.
Hey, Hope.
When I'm not driving, I get mad anxiety, and that's with anybody.
But I don't mind if he drives.
Yeah, so it's me. Like, and the cool thing about that for Mandy is if we drive to Texas, it's 1,000 miles from here to Texas. She doesn't have to drive a single bit of the way.
He doesn't. In fact,
I'll
he says he'll feel
I'll
better.
drive
Yeah.
it all. I drive
It's
it all.
nice.
Yep.
They said you'll be ending up with a house puppy soon. Just got sick all over me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Presley. My mom has isn't my mom's name Bella? That little chihuahua she got?
Is it Bella?
I think it's Bella, yeah. Oh, so y'all gonna end up with house chicken. Okay, so I was telling Sean, I said, the only other thing I know to do, we can get Sawyer's colorful little playpen.
There's your bedtime reminder.
I have a bedtime reminder. I don't even know how it appeared, but at 9:30 it reminds me it's almost bedtime. So I was like, we'll put the little pin in the room, put newspaper or something down, get one of those rabbit waters that they know how to, that hangs on the side because they can learn how to use that, and feed him there and just see if he can. I mean, how long because he's alert and he's, you know what I mean? Other than the legs, he doesn't seem to have any other issues. And every
Yep.
once in a while, the other day, Sean thought he was on his way out. We came home and he was cruising around with the other ones.
Yeah, he was
eating.
up and doing what he's had to do. Hey, Hope. I don't know if you said hi to Hope. Hope is here.
I did. We leave for, Destin. My sister loves going to Destin. I need to go see that. So her son will do most of the driving. That's pretty cool. A little house chicken, they make little chicken. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about it. I'm telling you what. Hey, Megan.
Says you might want to give the chicken extra vitamins. So I have Hydro Hen.
But that's to hydrate them.
Well, it's got vitamins and stuff. It's kind of like Gatorade but it gives electrolytes and all that.
That RX thing that we were trying to give the one, that has it. It's super packed with like amino acids and vitamins.
We
and
might
stuff.
have to.
We might have to try that. Sean's got a fondness for the little guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of gross because he got poop all over him because he just doesn't. Because chickens just walk and keep it moving and poop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go out every day. When I get home from work, I go because they sleep in the nesting boxes. So there's poop there's a lot of poop in there. So I go every day. I go in there and I just take the hay out of the nesting box and put more straw in it. To keep it generally clean. And then the extra hay, the extra bale is inside. And if you you guys seen the picture of the chicken house, it's an 8x6 and it's about 6 feet high. So there's a lot of room in it. And so I put the bale inside there. So, and some of them sleep on top of the bale. I just take the layer off that they've slept on because it's got poop on it. And I throw it out. So it stays pretty clean for the most part.
Y'all, Angela has a cat named Kobe. It is it's so cute. The name, and she named it after Kobe Bryant, but she did after he had already passed away. She named that cat after that.
Kelly's like, if the legs don't work, how does he do? He kind of, he kind of flaps and kind of flaps the wings and goes a few inches at a time. And sometimes actually the wings are like little, but anyway, it'll get some strength. It'll fly a little bit and then land right there and stay there.
Amino acid
for a second.
He is. Did y'all ever know that Sean had this soft side of him that loved to take care of chickens and animals and women that weren't crazy? Well, I'm crazy. I'm not psychotic. Not today.
She just takes her medicine.
I just take my medicine. But yeah, he's so sweet with him. And I could tell today it was bugging you that he's not doing well.
Well,
it weighs on you.
Because this morning he wasn't doing well. So, like for instance, yesterday I thought he was going to die. So I kind of put him in a nesting box and I kind of quarantined him.
They broke him out. The other chickens did.
They pulled the wood away from where he was and got him.
Sean's like, well, he's Lazarus.
And then, yeah, and so Mandi, I said, is the chicken dead? Mandi got home before me and she said, nope, he's out in the yard with the rest of them.
I don't know which one it is, but they're all outside cruising around.
Yeah, she couldn't tell which one I was talking about.
But we'll do that amino acid thing, and that should work. But I have to admit, I wasn't prepared for, the kind of ratio of the ones that make it to... No, silkies are not
They're
hardy.
not hardy
Not
at
in
all.
our experience, they're not. And the lady that we got them from what she said about hers, they're not a lot of the chicks don't make it.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't hatch, she said too.
Oh, really?
A lot of them. Now, Ozzy,
our rooster's a silky.
he's a silky. It is, that one, Hope says you're so much more relaxed and you're a different man. You can see, you feel the love for Mandi. I'm going to pin that.
You should.
I pinned it. I'm going to pin it on the wall. Thank you, Hope.
Plus, my schedule for work this week is, I don't have to be there till 10.
Yeah.
Some days I have to be there at 6 and this and that, but this week I don't go to work till 10. So I can sleep. She's at work by the time I get up. I don't have to get up till about 8:30 every morning.
And what's funny with when I go say hi to Ozzy in the morning, and I have to wait. I want to show Sean how he does it. So you've seen our thing on the pictures. There's the big dog run, and then it goes. That's where they go out in the yard, and then there's the chicken coop. This and that, this and that. There's a chicken coop.
In that way.
Well, when I go out there and I'll be like, Ozzy, Ozzy, and I go and I open the back door to the chicken coop, and he runs up the little ramp, runs through the thing, and then he hits the straw and he slides. He does it every time, and he slides right out the back door.
He thinks he's
and he's
tough.
like, oh!
He's like,
Yeah, he does just like Ozzy Osbourne. So he does it every morning. At this point, I'm like, how come he doesn't know that that's going to happen? But he doesn't seem to know that that's going to happen. But it's so cute. He hits it and you hear him, oh! He's like, when he goes sliding or whatever. He was raised by, the girl was the one that held him all the time on her shoulder.
Yeah,
So
she used to hold him like a parakeet when he was little. And they gave him to us because he was getting beat up a lot.
The other
the other
roosters
roosters were beating him up.
And
so.
he's not very aggressive. He won't even leave the yard to defend the chickens. He stays right in his little.
Right, Sawyer Brown?
Come here.
Did you see when you go out there, the rooster doesn't try to get you, does it?
You want to come say hi?
Here he comes.
He's coming. He's like, you got to see me. When are you going to
Sawyer's
set up
like,
the
okay,
chicken
I'm
So
gonna,
that was what we were talking about last time. We found the waterproof starter camera package, and then you get like extra cameras for $35. So when we get back from the family reunion at the end of June, we're going to get that set up. So I think that, not everybody's going to like it, but there might be a following that likes to watch them, when they interact during the day.
My good boy right here. It's a good boy.
That's Sawyer. We found a kennel for him for when we're gone. I was super picky. I looked at all the reviews. I looked at all the places. I looked at it was ridiculous. And then I kind of had to fight for a spot for him because it is a popular kennel. The cats were still struggling. I would board all 3 cats if they were together. But it's not even, I feel like by the time we spend that much on boarding 3 cats, we could buy 3 it's only, 5 days, 6 days, something like that?
Yeah. If we leave on a Sunday and come back Friday.
So if we did an automatic feeder, they have them that turn. And I told Sean, I was like, what about a little bitty plastic wading pool full of cat litter? Could that work, right? For that amount of time? And then a water, they have waters that hook up to your sink and then they're like on a flow valve. But I think I would worry myself sick the whole time if we were to do that. I'm gonna ask the neighbor to watch the chickens.
Yeah.
And they will, but.
So if you're in the Atlanta area and you want to chicken sit or cat sit, let us know.
You can look through our stuff. It's not very interesting.
You can dox the house. You'll be able to see it.
My son leaves his cats at home alone with the auto feeder and litter box. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What we need to do is do like a test run, like get it all set up 3 days before we go and see if it all functions the way it's supposed to and all. They'll break your stuff though.
Yeah.
They start getting mad and they start throwing stuff on the floor and breaking stuff.
They get really ornery when we're not there, so they'll start knocking stuff off the counter.
They'll start breaking stuff. So I'm like, But we're getting down to the wire, so we have to do something. We have to either board them or I know y'all would. You're so sweet. Yeah, like you talking about the wading pool, a little plastic wading pool. That's what I'm thinking. And then just that's not so much we don't have to test it out.
Hope you feel better. Let it go. She says she's not feeling
Oh.
too good.
It might be her back. I know. Is it your back? Let it go. They will be fine of each other. Yeah.
Cat proof the house. Yeah, I
That's what we might end up doing. If it was going to be any longer than that, then there would be no question about it. But
sorry, bro.
that's what we're going to do. I asked someone in the community who lives about 45 minutes away if they wanted to come hang out here and feed chickens and cats and whatever. And I think they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
We just haven't heard yet. So,
I mean, there's a lot to do up here. Like you could stay here and then go into Helen and stuff like that. But
anyway, that's what we're working on too. I start to get a little bit like, I mean, we thought we had so much time and now we're coming down.
we got like 2.5 weeks.
And we're going to drive.
Yeah.
It's the Outer Banks. We can say that. I mean, it's the Outer Banks. So
You guys know where the
I
Outer
know,
Banks
Angela.
is. The last person that I heard that went to the Outer Banks in like the drama community was Beth. Remember when she went to the Outer Banks?
And she got Spanish mackerel or whatever.
Yeah, she was like cooking bluefish and Spanish mackerel and
Sean's like, I can catch that in a sewer. No way.
We went deep sea fishing for Spanish mackerel and sea bass, and it was like you didn't. You didn't deep sea fish because the bluefish and the Spanish mackerel are right off the dock. But we used to see this in like Morehead City in North Carolina. So all the deep sea fishing boats that would go off to the Gulf Stream for the day, at night they all kind of park next to each other. There's like a dozen of them, you know, and they're 30 or 40 foot boats, you know, that, you know, you pay a couple grand for the day and you take about 5 people out into the Gulf Stream and they catch mahi and whatever out there. Those boats are like little apartments. They back them in and they have a little kitchen, they have bathrooms and all that. They're self-sufficient. So what these guys do, like on a week, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, when there's a lot of tourists on the strip, they just kind of hang out on their back of their boats and people will come up and say, how much to do this? How much to go catch bluefish or whatever? And $500, we can go out into the bay. And they literally take these people's money and they just go like not even a quarter mile out into the bay.
Didn't you think about doing that?
Well, when I very first got there and I was just crazy about fishing, I thought about it. But everything that you're paying $500 to do, you can do on a pier. You don't have to go out and get it.
No, you thought about being a captain that does that.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. My back's just not good enough to do it. I can't be out on the water every day.
What were you barking at?
Who are you barking at? Is there someone out there?
I think
Did you guys hear Sawyer Brown bark?
That he tried to growl and tried to bark.
I feel like
I wonder
what we poop, but I also can't slow down. Huh. I don't know what that means.
I think Scout must be misbehaving.
I will check.
Do you
think you can carry the stream for a minute?
I think I can. He never really barks and does that, but apparently Scout's probably doing something he's not supposed to do, so he's telling on him.
I don't have the outside light on, so there could be something out there.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad that I feel like, okay, so this is the second time we've gone live this week and we're not dragging anybody. And I kind of feel optimistic about it. Like maybe if we get some subject matter together that's interesting.
Yeah.
They're like, no, drag somebody. No, I'm just kidding.
See, the people that are here right now, they like us. They're not here for the drama.
Some of them like us. Some of them probably don't like us.
There's a few lurkers that are probably like.
There's like people in the community that, have you ever like gone to look at something? Angela, this question, do not answer this because it makes me feel silly. Have you ever gone on some random person in the community and you go, oh, I wonder if they're wherever, and you go on it and they've blocked you? Have you ever done that? And you're like, I don't even really know you.
Yeah, why would they block me?
And it I'm always like, well, I don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand. And I'm like, and then I ponder it for a second. Then I'm like, oh well. I'm like, it doesn't really matter. But I'm like, what did I do? I do a lot. That was, remember that time, I think when Ricky Rooney was like, and we're good now, but he was like, I won't forget all this, that horrible thing that she did, and she's a Judas. And I was like, I've done a lot of shitty things on YouTube. You're going to have to narrow it down.
To be more specific.
A lot of shitty things. I know, Angela. I was like, you don't get to answer, Angela. Your channel is the first one. Oh, really, Black Dragonfly? That's awesome. A lot of people say they feel like it's a safe place to comment or whatever.
I've heard from a lot of people that they go into these, they're like lurking in streams that have a couple hundred people in it, and they don't want to comment,
Right.
because they feel like they might get in trouble, or either they're gonna get yelled at, or they're ignored.
Sawyer,
You know,
leave her alone.
we try not to do either of that.
We try not to, but we need to come up with like, not only like some sort of schedule, which probably wouldn't be like mostly during the week. That would be like if we did on the weekend, but I feel like we have to have like,
We have to commit to it, though.
I know, I feel like we need to commit to it. Sean's great about when we say we're going to. He's like, okay, let's, and then he'll see me like put my pajamas on and crawl into bed, and he's like, okay, so apparently
Yeah.
we're not.
I mean,
And I'm like, I want to, but I don't want like, I don't know. I get like anxiety. Do any of you that go, Angela, do you get anxiety before you go live? Like major anxiety? I don't get major anxiety, but I think, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like that last minute anxiety. Sawyer just drank a bunch of water, so he's sharing.
I'm looking at the
Say
people
hi.
they're taking care of our friend here that is not feeling good.
Oh, see, that's what I love about this. Look,
It's Soy Brown right here.
this is Sawyer Brown.
Because everybody knows that me and Mandi, we have been in the drama, so
We have been.
it's not a problem. It's just not something.
And when
that we
there's
want.
interesting things going on, it's like, it's one thing, but I feel like a lot of people don't want us to like, I don't think that a lot of people that come in here, no, I take that back. I think everybody loves drama that comes in here, because that's
They do.
not like dirty drama or whatever, not like down and dirty, but oh really, Jude? Jude is, every time she does public speaking, she gets like butterflies or whatever.
Public speaking?
Yeah, the one thing,
That's normal, though. It really is. I used to have to talk a lot. When I was in the military, I had to talk to the press. I had to talk to the news and all that. And I was pretty good at it, I guess, but I got nervous. I got like sort of stage fright almost every single time I had to talk to the media. It just, you kind of keep your edge that way, though. You try to make
Yeah.
sure you got it right. You make sure that you have the talking points that you need to have. And
right, Karen, and you have to admit, and I've told him this before, he did know how to spin stuff. Like when everything was hitting the fan with the beast, or she did something crazy, and he did a vlog. I'll be damned if sometimes I didn't listen to his vlog and go, he kind of softened the blow on that one. I was like,
yeah, well, that was kind of my job to do
you got good at it. Like you would see him and you'd go, okay, well, I mean, that makes sense or whatever.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of people that said, I want to like you. You do good vlogs, but damn it, why did you
the first time when you did the husband breaks his silence, I was like, I will admit, even though I was like, he's nice looking, he's very well spoken.
He
And
just
I
might
was
be
like-
an officer.
I was like, he might be an officer, but I was like, then I was like, what the hell is he doing with her? And then you started seeing her, the car vlogs. She loved your car vlogs. He needs to do it again.
I was looking at my channel. I took all today. I put on private all the vlogs that I did during that time that were kind of defending or doing whatever. I left some of them unblocked.
Oh, you did that?
I did it a long time ago.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't do it today, I thought.
Oh, no. I just
Good,
happened
Presley.
to be.
All well?
Oh, the doggy good?
Yeah.
I just happened to be, That's Instagram.
I know, but you didn't do it just. I got Sean Curley shared an Instagram photo.
And I'm
I
just
just
like,
got the alert, so apparently
I'm
it's
wondering,
delayed.
it's right when I hit this. I don't know what.
Tell Sean to go get a new phone. You know what he said he used to do when his life was a chaotic mess? He had a cell phone, and the only way it would work would be to be plugged into like a portable battery.
Yeah.
So he'd walk in and walk around talking on his cell phone, holding the battery.
It had to be plugged into a battery pack all the time.
And he
'cause the
said
battery's
it
completely
didn't even
dead.
occur to him that he should.
Just
It never occurred.
spend 150
It was
bucks and get another
it was
phone.
just a state of chaos.
Yeah, it was. My life was. I look back now at what we've been together 3 years, but I look back at, pre 2019, and I just don't know how. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how it was yeah, there wasn't anything solid going on. I couldn't,
It was just a
job
state, yeah.
wise, just, hanging out with trying to see my kids, trying to see my family. It was always running
Oh.
running around all the time, running
And you
from
couldn't
something.
you couldn't go see your family
No.
without no. And I see that with Spirit Finder too. William can't go to see his family without her melting down or
And see,
whatever.
y'all knew that. I didn't understand that.
You didn't connect it.
I didn't understand that all y'all that kind of watched what was going on over there were like, oh, he's going to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's going. And so what's her name was going to have, something was going to happen while I was gone. And it always did.
And you didn't make that connection.
No, not really. I mean, because I was in
I'm sorry,
I was
Presley.
in that moment. So when you're in the pot, you don't really see what's going on until you get outside of it.
Yeah.
Well,
y'all remember, those of you who've been here for the long haul, you remember when he would be, talking about going to Atlanta or whatever, and he'd be like, there is a shit show coming, which is not good because
3, 2, 1 meltdown.
right, that's how everyone kind of was. And then I went, hey, Kathy, it was
Angela said
Thank
isolation
you.
is a major form of abuse. I can't tell you. I know we mentioned it the last stream, but the whole Johnny Depp thing, I did not realize.
Yes, Hope.
People were filling me in. Hey, Miss Christie. People were filling me in with the fact that Amber Heard had, accused Johnny Depp of domestic violence, and it stuck. Like, people believed it, and it ruined Johnny Depp's career. He lost his, Warner Brothers fired him. He wasn't going to do, Pirates of the Caribbean thing anymore. I didn't know any of that because I don't keep up with Hollywood too much. And so when he turned around and sued Amber Heard,
I can't get into it because the buttons are messed up. So you have to do your face.
I
Go
can do
ahead.
my face.
So
So
when
I
we
did
got
not.
into-
I didn't understand everything that was going on, and when people said that, because you would just hear Johnny Depp, beat the crap out of this girl, and he
I
ruined
kind
his
of-
career, and everybody just kind of.
I did.
'cause-
I remember when the story came out, I was like, oh, I didn't know he was like that. But okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I just forever connected in my mind that, oh yeah, that girl came forward and really told what was really happening with him.
and that the first part of my relationship, there was a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
People just believed it. Now, a lot of people didn't because they knew her.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the first time she's told it here. There's a lot of people that were like, well, but anyway, the bottom line is as it started to unfold, and I started to see what was at stake, and they were like, Johnny Depp's going to sue her.
Mm-hmm. And he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish.
Right. And
what was to
those
make
of
it
us
clear.
that have been falsely accused of domestic violence and have been there, we were just like, everybody throughout the country,
Yes.
we feel like vindicated, and I didn't watch it from beginning to end. There's a lot of people that were glued to it because have a job or they're at home all the time and they can watch it. I wasn't allowed to do that. All I could do was see like the snippets on the news and this and that. And it was good. It was a good thing.
That attorney, Camille, correct me if I'm wrong, but she went from junior partner to now junior whatever. She's now a partner of the law firm.
I bet.
Like straight to partner or whatever.
I bet.
She was amazing. She told her techniques today. I saw it on a thing. She told her techniques where she would bring something up that Amber had said without, leading on that, because
Right.
Amber couldn't even remember most of the stuff she'd said in her
Right.
own
And
testimony.
how
Yeah, she's a full
how is
partner.
that, how much of that is alike? Where people would go, well, you said this about,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember. And when you're a star, or
Right, I
where
didn't
you're
either,
somewhere where
Sherry.
everybody remembers what you said. I saw your comment, Presley. She he made her and she used him, all of that.
But it was so like when he said how they were like, what was she like when you first met? And he said, we kind of said this last time. He goes, she liked literature and blues music. And when I would come home from work, she would take my boots off and say, now you relax. And he was like,
She was love bombing the hell
oh,
out of
it's
him.
crazy. And then
She knew exactly. She mirrored.
mm-hmm.
She learned what he liked, and she
Mm-hmm.
learned about the things that she liked. She was perfect for in his
And
eyes. She was perfect at
he
first.
said in retrospect, he should have realized that if it appeared to be way too good to be true,
But
it
you
probably
don't. And
was.
when you talk about love, and you allow yourself to take that leap.
What is it, Angela? What's her net worth? Go ahead. What's her? She says,
It's like minus 15 million.
is it really?
I don't know, but because when you, especially when
Yes,
you're older,
Karen.
and you meet somebody, and you're like
Right?
you take the leap because you don't care if it's too good to be true.
Angela says that Amber Heard is minus 6 million.
That's crazy.
I think that she tried to do what, Sean and I've kind of seen before in court with a narcissist. She tried to make herself look disheveled and not disheveled, but just, unkempt. Is that right? Like kind of.
Well, and she played the. I mean, here's a woman was a movie star, Aquaman. I didn't even really know she was in that. I didn't know who was beside Jason Momoa.
She said something like Johnny abused her because he said she had chemistry with him. Johnny's like, I don't care. I'm an actor too. What do I care?
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to have chemistry with the
Right.
people you act with, but when she would do things like blurt out,
Yes.
I need to be heard, and you can't put a muzzle on me, and you can't. She just
My truth.
She just refused to accept the fact that maybe you're full of crap.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it. And they just refuse. Or like when they showed them leaving court for the day, this was a pretty good meme, or like a GIF or whatever, where he was walking down the same path as she was walking, and she goes,
She pretended she was
like
scared.
she's terrified to be around him and all that. That was, I was like, oh my God.
Best line in the whole trial was Johnny said, maybe those are hearsay papers, right? I watched with my, I don't want to call her my client, but the lady that I work for, when they on Fox News, they televised it the first day, the opening things and him talking. And I remember looking at it going, I don't know why the hell he's telling this whole backstory, but but you were intrigued with it, the way he spoke, what he said, and then it became clear as everything played out. It was like he was completely and totally falsely accused.
Yeah.
He said he's willing. Stop, Sawyer Brown. Don't. Scout wants to. Completely falsely accused. He said, "Do I have a drug and alcohol problem? When I do, yeah, it's called the monster." He said, "Absolutely," and but he said even then, I didn't abuse her. And when he ripped the kitchen cabinets off the wall, he was on the other side of the house.
And that she was trying to use something that he admitted, like with me, I'm diagnosed with PTSD. I'm diagnosed with PTSD. That was always used like, oh, well, he's got PTSD.
We saw that.
Yeah.
It
was either he's got PTSD and he's a monster, or you guys, and during the love bombing or the hoovering back, it was, he's got
My
PTSD.
dog stepped on a bee. I know, Christy, right?
He's got PTSD, and you got to understand that, and that's why we got to, it was that was horrible.
Yeah, he's you've come a long way with like reasoning through it and understanding, what the dynamic was and why it happened.
Do you guys ever like watch and ever see thumbnails with me in it? Where I always had the bracelets, the rubber bands that, or that PTSD bracelets and
No, at that time you had the Vietnam one and the yellow one.
oh yeah, yeah. And then I put
I remember.
anyway, I don't wear them anymore because that's not going to, it doesn't define who I am. I mean, it's something that I deal with, but you have to be transparent because it's not an excuse for any kind of behavior, anything that you do. I have the diagnosis, the VA acknowledges it and compensates me for it. Other than that, it's completely my responsibility to deal through therapy or whatever to deal with those things and lead a normal life. And it's not an excuse to do anything.
Yeah.
So and I noticed like at my every so often people would walk up to me and they'd see them and they were very patronizing, which they're trying to be nice, but I don't need patronizing. Very rarely did somebody see those and ask me questions for like support groups or to bond over it or anything. They just wanted to sort of have pity on me, and I just decided that's not something that I'm going to do anymore.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I'm gonna be totally honest. The dog stepped on a bee thing. I've heard that. I guess I didn't see that part. So did Amber start crying about her dog stepping on a bee like in her testimony? Because I keep hearing that and it's funny, but I don't know what the context is with that it was said.
did you step on a bee, Sway Brown?
I do think. Do you really think she took a crap in Johnny's bed?
Well, I don't think Johnny Depp would have brought it up if it wasn't
the picture
true.
exists. The picture exists.
Did you guys see the skit where somebody played Jason Momoa? Did you see the skit? Mm-mm. And they were like, it looks just like him.
Oh, TikTok.
And he's got like a model of poop. He's like, this is whatever. No.
Yeah, and Johnny was like, it was obviously human excrement. She added that right in the middle of the testimony. Okay. And it's on TikTok. I'm going to watch it. I assumed that's something that she said because I kept hearing about it, but that's hilarious. The whole thing, I saw that like Leticia did. That's horrifying.
In that way.
Yeah. And he looked at me in that way. What way?
What way? Well, my pheromones.
My pheromones are so strong.
Now, when we are talking about that, Mandi will admit my pheromones are very strong.
I used to have that,
What?
I think that was an accident.
Presley's timing people out now.
No, Presley just did it by mistake. She knows Elizabeth. It is raining outside. Isn't it amazing that it's pouring rain and thundering and lightning and our internet is fine? But if it was a bright, sunny day, in the middle of the day, it would be lagging or off.
It has to be an accident.
It was an accident.
She also held Christie's comment for review, and it's like, look on TikTok, it's epic. Yeah.
I saw that though be said. I know it was an accident.
It was an accident. Elizabeth, don't go anywhere. You have 300 seconds.
I like it when people time people out on like purpose and they're like, now you have 300 seconds to think about it. You know what I mean? That was that you can kind of solve it's not perfect, but like with the rogue mod, if you time out and then hide,
yeah,
then most time they get like tired of sitting there waiting to come on. And we do love you, Presley. Your internet said it's about the angles. Yes, it is about, and you know what? That's the truth. It is about the angles. But I don't understand why people would
it's raining in Texas too.
They like that when they started this whole food baby thing. Al's was hilarious because when she did it, and she's tiny, she goes, but it's a food baby, and it said for science, and she took a side view and she managed to get it where she looked like she was pregnant, and she was trying to make a point like anyone can do it or whatever. But then there's people that keep doing it, and some of them are very self-conscious about their weight, and then they do that going, oh look, like obsessed with the pregnancy and the like, oh look, and then they take the picture and they're already self-conscious about their weight, so someone will say something about it, and then they flip out.
And then you took the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand about that. It's very, very strange. But that seems to be the topic of vlogs, lives recently, is the whole comparing the pregnancy thing. Do you think she's pregnant?
At first, I didn't.
She's got to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Come
it'd be
here,
hard to
Eleanor.
it'd be hard
Ellie.
to carry that unless she was gonna do a whole, like she lost it or something. That was
Yeah.
coming up, you know. If she planned that, she was gonna script that. But
Yeah. The bloom is off the rose with her. I'm not, she's funny. In the beginning, it's before she started doing that morose, morbid talking and stuff, she was funny because she was so entitled and so self-righteous. And so, like, you know, I'm a cute girl, so I know everybody wants me. I know that. And that, Sean and I just think that shit's hilarious when people are like that. We think it's
when she realized she had an audience, that was, 'cause
Yeah.
when you watch the first vlogs, like when Paula said, "Hey, look at this girl,"
And that's
she
the
had
first
like
time we saw it.
250 subs or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was just blah 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 blah, and she was literally talking into a screen because she seemed just lonely and that she didn't really talk to anybody. And then the day that she discovered that she had an audience, when she really looked at the numbers, and I think the first time she had like over 100 people, and then certainly when she became monetized, she just kind of changed, you know.
Yeah.
And
And someone coached her
sure,
to tell
yeah,
her
yeah.
what was gold about her performance. And that happened with Rich Life too. People were like, listen, you being you is golden.
Yeah, just be you.
Just be you. And that's what the drama community does. They're like, no. Don't pretend to have it all together, and don't pretend that that's not what we want. If you want, but don't be talking about hurting your unborn child. But
he also
being
did
a hot mess is what.
there was three things that Rich Life did.
See, I maybe so.
That, you know, he had Anna, he had Crazy Anna on there. He hung out at Rosie's for a while, and then do you guys remember when he hit the back of that car live? He was cruising down the road and he had that accident. There was a live stream going on. I think it was like the ship was live or something. Because there were some people live, and I don't know. I either saw it happen or it was right after it happened.
We saw it happen.
And it was in the middle of the night, and I think you woke me up or something.
You were watching basketball.
Something,
It was
and
at
it was
your
like
parents'
boom,
house.
and she was like, "Rich Life just got in an accident live," and the thing is he didn't even take it down; he left it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there was like in a very short amount of time, Rich Life, there's like 2 or 3 things that happened that just kind of vaulted him
Yeah.
to where he was getting, people
You
were
saw it,
watching him and
Karen?
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing. And then the whole story, he was being authentic when he was bullshitting his way through the whole accident, you know. Remember, he got the whole thing was like, you are going to get in trouble for this, but he really couldn't get in trouble because it turned out that person like pulled in front of him or whatever.
Well, they said it would only become an issue that you were live streaming while you were driving if it went to court.
But
The police
he
can't do anything about it.
he was certainly.
I did too, Karen.
I think that the issue is that he was starting to rage. He was like doing what he does on camera.
Wow, Jude.
And then boom.
Yeah.
And that was pretty amazing.
Y'all are talking about no. Elizabeth, it was an accident.
It happened. She waited her 300 seconds.
It was an accident.
It was clearly an accident, Elizabeth. It was somebody timed you out by accident.
The other thing about when he got his RV.
Oh, yeah.
And that it's a 1998 something.
And everybody was jealous that it, like 1997 RV, he took all of his insurance money that he gotten and
sunk it into that thing.
And you know, you couldn't even talk any sense to him, you know.
No, Elizabeth, you didn't.
It was like, you do understand that it's cost like $400 to fill that thing up with gas. Oh, you're just jealous. And I was like, no, dude. You know, and it was a money pit. It never ran right.
The funniest thing I heard, I don't even know if he's still around, but the funniest thing I heard was when Pirate met up with him. He was coming through Kentucky, And Pirate was like, hell, I'll meet him. And they went to a Crystal's parking lot. Pirate's husband was with her. She said the smell that emanated from not only him, but that van that he had was unbelievable. And then he focused in on her butt or something when he was filming it or whatever. But she did the right thing. Hey, that one can be shown. I have no idea where Shoot the Shit went. Name has been invoked lately when the whole scam Elizabeth, the scam thing came back up with the hurricane money and someone not moving, and then the name came back up. And I think their last vlog that they did was like 9 months ago or something like that. It was a long time ago.
You know, they were a thing for a while when they did Porch Love. It was what, 5 years ago or whatever when they did that, when they did the Christmas thing. It was a really good thing. And Pam, while, you know, I think she loved the drama. She needed to have something going on. She could carry a stream pretty well. I was surprised at how long Ricky was able to be the way he was before people just were like, dude. I mean, when they first came onto the scene in like 2016 or 2017, and everyone, you know, talked about Ricky because of his long hair and this and that. But he's gross though. Just the things that he would say and how he would act.
This Monet says that, I don't know who you are or whatever, but said that she heard Ricky passed, but she's not positive. But nobody even knows his real name. So how would anybody know?
And this is the thing about Ricky. He was disgusting, but he had something going on with his legs, if y'all remember.
A lot of pain.
Always in pain. And I think he was on pain pills a lot. It's just my opinion. Because if you watch their streams, he would always be nodding off. Always be, you know, kind of nodding off. But there's a lot of people we don't know where they are.
One of the last, though, vlogs that they did, one of the last lives they did, Pam had discovered the marijuana.
Oh.
It was funny because she was talking, I was like, now that may be what happened because.
So Ricky, is he, you know, that's one that's kind of fallen off that. This is the first I'm hearing that he might have passed away.
And he loved going live. That was
the only thing that
he looked forward to that.
Pam was one way or the other. But there were many times where she'd be carrying a stream and he would blurt something out and Pam would have to go, oh.
Yeah, he said that. I didn't.
That's his words and not mine. But yeah, I mean, so we haven't seen them. We haven't seen, there's a few people we haven't seen.
Yeah. He's liking stuff in under conversation. Someone commented okay. He loved his fish. He did. I was, when they kind of turned against us, I was kind of surprised because we had always been kind of cool back and forth. And when they really, really turned on us, I thought, like at first, when we first got together, they made comments like, she needs to go back to her, all of that. But then we had gotten past it and we would go in, but something happened. Someone happened and they turned against us.
Something happened. And Ricky would always say stuff like, I just want to know why ATX chose Sean and this and that.
That was, in the beginning. And so it was like, it was sweet. But yeah, I hope that they're okay. There's a few people. Remember Dimitri Stein? Whatever happened? Where did he go? Mama Beth, where are you?
Mama Beth, she was in
been 6 months.
Some kind of hospital, wasn't she?
Since we've heard from her. Yep, 6 months. And that's pretty.
I mean, I hope Ricky hasn't passed away. If he has, I mean, he became kind of a liability for Pam. That's what I would believe. On the show. That's what I mean. Not in real life, but he was always saying stuff that it was like, dude.
Especially towards the end, it was like,
towards the end, God. Yeah. The comments that he had, a pirate and this and that. It was like, you can't say things like that. Even in a drama community, it was just because.
Poor Pirate. Pirate she's endeared herself, but she came into the community and everyone hated her.
But the thing is like, if a girl is talking, it's a double standard, is in the drama community talking about when you are talking about each other, it's not the
Yes,
same
baby.
words if they're coming out of a guy's mouth.
Yeah.
It's not the same,
Kim Fisher, I wondered what happened
you
to
know.
her. Shar, wondered what happened to her.
Yep.
Uh,
Evil Abe, someone just said. He's around.
I don't think he's made anything in a while. I'm subscribed to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few people that,
And-
and someone said something the other day. They're here under another name. Nobody leaves YouTube.
Yeah, it's the Hotel California.
Katie has a new channel. It's Miss Wonderful. She's waiting for them to let her go live.
Miss Christie, as you said Shar, and then you said Tracy. Remember Tracy?
Tracy's around.
That
I'm not
was
going to tell you
another
what,
vile
I won't
one,
tell
man.
you what name she is, but she's around. She goes by a different name
But
now.
she would get vile with me. Well, she
Yeah.
was the one that called with left. Anyway, we're not beefing with her anymore. But she would.
She's actually not at all.
Yeah,
she and I are really,
yeah. But she would get her husband. She brought her husband on some,
Aw,
and her
Presley.
husband would lose his mind. It was yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
it was
Tracy
strange.
would bring his husband on.
But I
her
don't
husband
think
on.
that he's even. I haven't seen. Well, I don't see them on YouTube, but we gotta go off because I'm gonna put. Eleanor gets her
Ellie's
wet
like-
food
Ellie's
and
like,
her
"You gotta let
fluffy
us out."
blanket, and now in the evenings, just for a couple more nights, she sleeps. She has her own room, because the other one will bug her. So she. Oh, I know. Thank you, Misty. It's one of those things. Every time they ask to cut it, when I go get it done, I'm like, nope, let it grow. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but just let it grow. And it finally got long enough to be considered long, which I like. But yeah, so Eleanor goes to bed. Right now there are kids. Come here, you want to say hi?
Yeah, she won't be able to come back
Look, oh, no,
like
it's okay.
knowingly. She'll be have to do
okay.
something. But people have. I mean, Elvis kept coming back. Rich Life kept coming back. They're eventually.
The thing is like Miss Wonderful has the new channel, and it has over 1,000, and she's waiting for them to let her go live because she has to be on the up and up with them or they'll take it down. So I guess she won the right to go back on the live stream, but she didn't get her other 2 channels they took down. She didn't get those back, and then she's being evicted. She has eviction papers.
Yep.
So, but it's her picture. There's over 1,000 subs, and it's Ms. Wonderful. So Foodie did, but Katie didn't get it. She was waiting to find out, and now she's on this one. So I don't know.
I think Foodie she's up around 100,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it back. They're gonna, if you're making money for them.
But I think so much had happened on Katie's channel.
Yeah, that's it. So
much
much had
had
happened.
happened,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
true. It's
So, and poor Stephen passed away. That was sad.
Yep.
Sean was at work one night. This is when we were still in the apartment. And I told him, I was like, it's okay, Presley, you're good. It's okay. With Kate, she was court ordered no drinking. And I think she's got the thing on her ankle that monitors to make sure she doesn't have alcohol in her system.
Wow.
Or whatever. A lot of times what happens and this is just my experience through my program, is that when people are court ordered not to drink, obviously they don't because they test it. But when that's done, they think they can go back to drinking moderately. And no time at all, they have another DUI or they're drinking more than they ever have in their life. The best thing is when people are court ordered to go to AA, they may not stay then, but they go and then they do what they do. And at some point, most of the time, it clicks with them and they're ready to listen and they go back.
Monet said, what about Ron? He lost his channel on YouTube, but I hear he's on other platforms I don't even know anything about.
Yeah, Presley watches Foodie and Natter. Natter, I can't even understand what he's saying most of the time. I can't understand like half of what he says, and they always go live at the same time. So I guess it's the battle of the live streams. I see his titles, like of the stuff he's cooking, and it's like, he apparently appears to be a good cook. But I don't, DC Girls the crazy. Okay, so I heard about that. So they're together, but then didn't they beef with each other before?
Yeah, I thought they did.
And
beef.
now that's kind of ironic. Sean and I never beefed with each other, but he was blacklisted from talking to me. He was blacklisted in comment sections on Twitter. I was like, you had me blocked for like a year. He was like, I didn't block you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't know.
I was like, the only one I can see is that bravado bird or whatever. And then finally,
Oh, Bravo Bird Hawk, that Twitter?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I tagged that one a couple of times. There was a couple of songs about being married to a crazy woman, and at that time I was married and I was considered crazy, so I thought it was like a bonding thing. Like, I'm crazy in my relationship, you're crazy in yours, and Sean's like, no, crazy is a whole different level or whatever.
Angela says Negs is using DC 100. See, that I wouldn't know anything about that.
Is she pretty? I've never. Does she cam up and stuff? I don't know who she is. I've never heard of her.
Someone said he sure is. What did you see? I don't know. You guys are gonna have to.
What do you guys think? You think Sean's using me,
Not
or do you think
using
I'm using him? I'm gonna use him.
Yeah, we're
No.
we're mutually using each other.
You're right. He does. She pays the phone and the rent, right? That's what I heard. She's not pretty. Natter is a con for sure. She's 57.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Might have to look into this.
I think Witty Widow's about that age, right?
Didn't they say Negs hooked up
I
with her
heard they
too?
did, but I don't have any idea if that's true. It's allegedly. Look at that. Karen said, I think you use each other over and over, and she did the fire thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
you got to do
I
what
love
you got
when
to
she
do.
uses me. See, I'm very vulnerable. I'm very vulnerable when she found me.
He's like, I'm not just a piece of meat.
I'm not a piece of meat.
I'm like, is there any man in the world that cares about being treated like a piece of meat? I don't think so.
I just want you to respect me in the morning. That's all.
I just want you to pay my Uber.
Yep.
He said, you've said that before, joking. When
you just use me for sex and DoorDash.
That's true. When I came back from wherever after, and you were like, your Uber's out there. Like, he jokes and it makes me laugh.
Like she comes into the bathroom, she's brushing her teeth. I'm like, wait a second.
Your Uber's
Uber's out there. I got to get up early.
It's like, no offense, but I got to get up early.
I mean, you like to talk, this and that. And I got to get up early.
And I'll be like, are we not going to cuddle? No, you got to get in your Uber.
I'm not a cuddler.
He gets that from Cuddle Comfort.
Yeah, I mean, if I need a professional
you
cuddler,
get a cute girl.
I'll get a cute girl. I'll get Leticia.
In that way.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you for hanging out. Yeah, that's the other thing. Did y'all hear that Shani's husband got arrested for kicking her freaking kid in the head and stomach? Did you hear about that?
I hope he right? He got arrested.
He did it,
right?
and
yeah.
He's not the father of those kids, but
That's crazy,
the Beast was putting her on panel for a while. She was the greatest thing. Had Rev and everything. Nikki Rev is Nikki Rev. Rev is her husband.
Yeah.
Was promoting them. Thought
Rev
they were the greatest thing ever. Said she wasn't going to get into their personal business. Well,
I hope he stays in jail. Yeah, I didn't.
Night, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda. Night.
Presley said I was at work listening. See, that's one that I don't follow. But when someone said that someone went to jail, and I said, what happened? And they said this dude kicked
Did he
this baby
do it
in the
live?
head.
Did he?
I said, well, he should go to jail.
It doesn't matter. Did he do it live?
It was a child, though, right?
Oh, yeah, they're minors. Yeah, but did he? I know they need to be. Yeah, that's exactly right. And then I guess she's something else too, because she was boo-hooing saying, what am I going to do? I can't walk. I can't make money for these kids. Does he work? I don't even think he works. Yeah. How is it going to be any different?
Anyone who's kicking your kid in the head, you don't need around. So.
Oh, an autistic. Wow. No, it was a review channel. Okay. Yeah, I trolled Shani for a little while when we were still in the apartment.
It wasn't live after he was arrested. It wasn't live, but
who called the cops?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe they don't know who called the cops. Yeah, she did. She made it all about her. I did see that on Randy's live today. I was listening to it and I heard that. So I don't know, but yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but she is another dip, but she's a train wreck, but she's on a whole different level.
Yeah.
You know
I've heard.
Yeah. Her and Foodie Beauty, I don't really watch. I don't find them very interesting.
It was live on Instagram. The oldest son called the cops.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Wow. That's unbelievable. Ready to go to bed?
You guys, I'm about to be used, I think. Maybe not. See,
No,
she
no.
always does that. She's like, when I'm going, hey, how you feeling? She's like,
No, I don't do that. Anyways, we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for
see
stopping
you guys.
by. And anything else? Where's Michaela? Where'd Michaela go?
See Michaela.
I haven't seen her in a while. Sean used to do the snake for her. But anyways, okay.